How are we? How are you? The eclipse. Oh, did we do it or did we do it? Some of us had the eclipse glasses. We were out there. We were seeing it in its totality. I mean, I just love the things that are so simple that all of us just lose our minds over. And the eclipse is one of them. And it cracks me up. Welcome to the MISFIT Light, if that's what you were intending on joining. If you're popping in, a big hello to you too. You know what I mean? I think I'm going in and out, but we'll keep it moving. This week is quick and dirty. And so typically if you're new to this is the MISFIT Light. This is a space where we come together every Monday right here live at 8:15. There she is. Let them know. Throw it up. And we come together at 8:15 every Monday, and we're talking about a different aspect of our overall well-being, right? That's what we do in this space. I provide every week a free weekly workbook for you, so you can download that every week. If like you're a note taker, like if that's your bag, then that's available for you to be able to kind of use that as a journal as like we go through the year, see what worked for you, what didn't work for you, what came up for you, all of that stuff. You do not have a workbook this week because it's the eclipse and there's so much moving and shaking, and I was like, let's just kind of pop on. I've got totes taking notes. Thank you so much, Alex. And so this week, I've just got a real quick message for us, and then moving into next week, we're going to kind of go into this April, spring energy, what's coming up, and how to move through that and set ourselves up for success. So that's what we're going to be talking about. I'll be posting more about that midweek probably, and with more detail and all the stuff. So if it feels like something that you're into, then you can jump right into that. So the number one thing that I want to share, the message, the energy, what's happening is as simply as like, whatever it is that's coming up for you, trust it, right? Now, maybe you're on a hashtag spiritual journey and you're like, yes, all these energies are resonating and I'm meditating and all that. And maybe you're like, all of that, my joke is always like, maybe all of that sounds like a limerick to you and you're like, I don't know what any of that means. Either way, it doesn't matter. If I talk to you for a while, it probably not even that long, it would reveal itself very quickly that there's probably some aspect of your life that keeps coming up for review. You're like, I don't know why this thing keeps happening, or I don't know why I keep going back to this one idea, or why there's probably something in your life that keeps coming up for review and keeps coming up for review. And for whatever reason, either it's timing or you're not quite ready to be able to like grab a hold of that thing. That's why it's going to keep coming back and keep circling up and keep coming back for review, right? So that's the thing that I'm like, that's the thing to trust. That is the thing to hold on to, because especially right now, for those of you that are kind of like really aware of like what's coming up for you and what wants to be in review, it's going to be easy for us right now when we're in this space to be like, oh yeah, that's the thing. Like yes, I want to sit with this thing. I want to go slower. I want to go faster. This thing is ready to be launched wherever you are. But just like at the top of the year, right? Like, it's easy for us to be like, okay, I'm like doing this thing this year. And like, this is what I want to do with my business. And once we get out of that window of like resolutions, new year, new me, how quickly we're like, well, fuck it. Do I really need to do that thing? Right? Like we are so quick to bail on our own things. And that I think is going to be something like a threat. Or even like a warning, but just like be mindful of that I feel like a lot of this like spring energy and like what's coming through and you're like, yes, I'm going to grab a hold of it and I'm ready to go. That energy can very quickly dissipate and we can like let all that energy kind of fall wherever it is if we're not being mindful of it. So I really think that like this is a time where it makes the most sense for us to not take immediate action. So you're like, Rachel, I need an example. Okay, relax. Like if you're like, okay, I'm ready to start dating again. I've like healed what I needed to from this last relationship. I took my time and I'm ready, right? Knowing you're ready is enough of like, green light, we're good to go. Like no sudden moves. It doesn't mean that like all of a sudden right now in this moment, like, okay, I need to make a profile on all the dating apps. I'm going to let all my friends know, like they can set me up with whoever. Like, let's just be mindful of like, okay, cool. We're ready to like start this new dating journey. We're ready to start doing that thing and allow that choice to be enough to be the thing that's going to kind of like float us through. And when you know, like, okay, ducks in a row, I've kind of like made my space, I'm ready, then let's launch into that thing. Because like I said, there's one of two things that are going to happen right now. One is you're overly ready because there's all this energy and so you're gung-ho and you're going to burn out by June. Because you're going to be so excited and you're going to be like, okay, we're doing this thing, and all this energy that you're going to go into all this stuff with, not thinking like, oh, what is the longevity of this? Right? That's a lot of times, like if you're an entrepreneur and you're a business owner and you're like, okay, I'm going to launch all of this new stuff. Well, you don't need to launch all of it at once right away because, right, that's exactly what's going to happen is you're going to be ready to like, okay, I'm going to take on all these things. And then again, it's like, you're going to start launching all this stuff and putting everything out there. And even your audience is going to be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like it's just too many things to process at once. So all of the good ideas, all of this energy, all of like, yes, this is what I'm going to do. All that like, let's go get him energy is fantastic. And all you need to do with right now is just kind of like sit with it and make some lists. Like that's it. That's all we really need to be doing right now. There's no, like, it's already here. If you're already having all these ideas, you're ready to go. Like, it's here. Great. That's enough. That's all we need for right now. We don't need anything, more than that right now. So allow yourself a little bit of time to like, okay, let's move through this, this spring and just kind of see by the time we get to like, it's already the 8th. Okay. April is going to go by like this. It's like the idea of just sitting with whatever these new things are that you want to do or endeavor, step into, right? Launch any of these things. Like, can you just kind of percolate on them and see what's coming up for you in the next 2 months? And that doesn't mean like not taking any action, but it's just like, let's be mindful of where we're at and what it is that we're wanting to do so that by August, we've sustained that energy, right? This is a marathon. So you don't need to like take off running right away. So let's just like, okay, all right, we're in the mix. We're doing it. So I really think, like I said, this is like so fast and dirty tonight, but I think that's it. I really think that that's just where we're at right now of like, okay, we know all of these new things that we're wanting to do. This, eclipse, if you felt it, if that's, if that's what is like a part of your journey and you've paid attention to all these things and you know what's coming in and what needs to leave and all of that stuff, like there's already enough on our plate and enough that we need to look at and acknowledge right now. So let's just like, let that be enough. So just for right now, like, let's let that be what that needs to be and kind of carry that through. Cool. So that's it. Next week we'll be back. And we'll have, what's going to start to happen is the entire month will be laid out for you. So again, if you want the free workbook, that's available to you and you're going to be able to go to that link and all of the workbooks will be there for the entire month. So you can go ahead and like download them early and you'll have them. So it'll be all set and ready to go for you. And so, like I said, midweek, I'll probably start rolling out what this like next month is going to be. And obviously we're already like a week into April. So it'll really be like the next 3 weeks of what we're going to finish up for April because we're going to do them kind of in chunks for each month. At least that's what we're going to be doing here for a little bit. Cool? So that's what we're going to do. But like I said, for right now, like let all of these amazing ideas come in. And it's like, oh, I'm ready to date again. Or like, I'm ready to take this relationship to the next level. I'm ready to like get out of this job. I'm ready to like, whatever those things are, like, great. That's all we need for right now. And just like spending a little time with that. And what else do you need to prepare in your life or ask for support or let go of other things? So that new thing, that new idea, that new person can kind of like come in seamlessly and you can keep going rather than like, being a one-man band and trying to get everything together. And in 30 days, you're going to be absolutely exhausted and be like, oh, well, never mind. I guess that wasn't the thing I was supposed to be doing, which is not true. The thing that's coming up for you is absolutely the thing that is there for you. It's absolutely the thing that wants to come through you. And so let's set you up in the position to be able to make that happen. Cool? All right, so that's what we're gonna do. I love you so much. I hope that you got to see the eclipse. I hope that it was wonderful and exactly what you needed it to be. And I'll see you next week. All right? Love you, mean it.